Angle.
Good evening, esteemed viewers. Welcome to Fliptv News. I am Chrisland. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Panic as bees attack mourners at Alaafin'S palace. Alaafin of Oyo laid to rest. Sanu Nasu extend varsity strike by another month. Sex scandal, Chrisland's school resumes. Banks in Nigeria, Ghana deny services to the disabled. And lastly, Arsenal guns down Manchester United 3-1. Let's take a look at the news in detail. Some residents of Oyo town who thronged the Oyo palace to mourn the death of the Alaafin of Oyo, Alaafin of Oyo, on Saturday were stung by bees. This happened around 10 a.m. after Islamic clerics arrived at the palace in preparation for the burial of Alaafin, who died on Friday night. Our correspondent observed that to ward off the attacking bees, residents in the open space in the palace who were affected plucked tree branches and leaves to drive the unwanted creatures away. A policeman was one of the victims, and some of the mourners assisted him to drive away the bees and removed some of the insects which got stuck in his uniform. Meanwhile, the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, on Saturday described the death of the Alaafin of Oyo, His Imperial Majesty Alaafin of Oyo III, as a huge loss to the state, Nigeria, and the Yoruba race. Makinde, while describing Alaafin death as a personal loss to him, said that he was an ever supportive royal father and a worthy leader who spared nothing in trying to make Oyo State and Nigeria greater. The governor, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, said Kabiesi's words of advice and guidance were always golden and helpful. Now the Alaafin of Oyo finally laid to rest. The Alaafin of Oyo, Alaafin of Oyo III, has been buried in the ancient town of Oyo in southwest Nigeria. His remains were laid to rest on Saturday within the premises of the palace, barely a day after he was certified dead in a hospital in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti state capital. Following the announcement of his demise, Islamic rites were conducted on the body of the late Alaafin, signaling the beginning of his final journey home. Islamic clerics led by the chief imam of Oyo town were joined by members of the family of the late traditional ruler and some of his chiefs to offer prayers for the repose of his soul. After the prayers, his body was taken back to the palace where the final burial was held. An Oyo prince and a close relative of the Alaafin, Archbishop Ayo Ladigboli, confirmed the burial of the monarch. On Sanu and Nasu extending the varsity strike to another month, the Association of Senior Staff of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities and Allied Educational Institutions have extended their 4-week strike for another month. This was contained in the statement issued by the Joint Action Commission of the two unions on Thursday, April 21st. The statement, which was signed by SANU National President Muhammad Ibrahim and NASU General Secretary Peters Adeyemi, said the decision was made after continued silence from the Nigerian government on the union's demand. They said the new development was as a result of the directive to GAC from members on campuses across the country. The statement read in part: "You will recall that the first 2-week warning strike began at midnight on Sunday, March 27, 2021, while the other 2-week extension that began on Sunday, April 10, 2022, would expire at midnight on Sunday, April 24, 2022. Unfortunately, the government has remained mute and remains indifferent to the demands of the NASU and SANU and the GAC. Stemmed from the feedback received from our branches regarding solutions taken that fully supported the ongoing strike and other actions to be taken by GAC leadership. This is to inform members that the strike has been extended by 1 month to begin midnight on Sunday, April 24th, 2022, pending when the government would change its mind and be favorably disposed to our demands as highlighted in our letters dated March 1st, 2022 and March 16th, 2022 to the government representative, the Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment." On Chrisland School resuming, the Lagos State government has announced the reopening of the Chrisland School a week after it was abruptly closed over alleged sexual misconduct by 5 students from the school during an international trip. The government had announced on Monday the closure of all branches of the school in the state. He said the development was made necessary to ensure the safety of students and staff and to ensure an unimpeded investigation of the incident before the resumption of the third term in the current 2021-2022 academic session. The state government, through a statement signed by the Education Minister Folashade Adefisayo, ordered schools to reopen on Monday. The statement read in part: the Lagos State Ministry of Education has ordered all Chrisland schools closed for alleged misconduct by some students in Dubai to reopen from Monday, 25th April 2022. The directive follows a review of the ongoing administrative investigation into the incident. Additionally, it is to ensure that students are not denied access to learning when the new term begins on Monday, April 25th, 2022. Meanwhile, without indicating the status of the alleged launched investigation into the alleged scandal, the government said the Ministry of Education and other state agencies would collaborate with the schools' PTAs to provide psychosocial support to children. The statement added that a thorough evaluation of the school's procedure, especially in external trips and excursions, is being carried out to identify security gaps and prevent such incidents. On banks refusing to give disabled people loans and services, Ibrahim Omotosho 39 drove into a bank in Abeokuta, southwest Nigeria in July 2022 to pick up his debit card, an otherwise straightforward transaction, but it would play out as one of his most frustrating experiences. It was 15 years after he opened a bank account, but very little had changed in how financial institutions opened up to him. The building, like most banks in the country, was designed in a way that prevented wheelchair users from gaining access. He had to wait to be attended to at the parking area. After over 2 hours of sitting tight in the unbearably hot weather, he did what any digital citizen would: pick up his phone and tweet. He drove his car behind the bullion van to cause a scene, drawing the staff's attention. A senior security officer promised he would be attended to, but it took another 40 minutes. The tweet will later go viral, attracting over 11,000 likes and retweets, and Mr. Motoshaw would receive a call from the bank's head office apologizing for the treatment and assigning employees to meet his needs, measures which he considered to fall short of genuine solution. Nigeria's banking sector has undergone sweeping reforms in recent decades, with several commercial banks now gaining international prominence and spreading their reach across Africa. Despite this growth, however, the industry continues to turn a blind eye to a key section of the population: people with disabilities. And lastly, Arsenal gone down Manchester United. Arsenal stepped up their claims for a place in the Premier League's top 4 at the expense of Manchester United's ambition in a thriller at the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners came into the game on an upswing after ending a run of 3 successive defeats with victory at Chelsea, while United were attempting to bounce back from a humiliating 4-0 loss at Liverpool. And Arsenal took 3 crucial points as the visitors paid the price for shambolic defending and a missed penalty by Bruno Fernandes that undermined an enterprising attacking display. Nuno Tavares put Arsenal in front after only 3 minutes, following errors from Raphael Varane and Alex Telles, the defender turning a simple finish after David De Gea saved Bukayo Saka's shot. Saka added the second from the penalty spot on 32 minutes after he was fouled by Telles. United were a real danger in attack, the returning Cristiano Ronaldo deservedly pulling a goal back before the break. It set the scene for a United siege, only for Fernandes to waste their big chance by carelessly rolling a second half spot kick against the post after Tavares handled. Arsenal crashed in on the reprieve when Granit Xhaka sealed the win by lashing some Gunners third from 25 yards with 20 minutes remaining. On that note, we have come to the end of the news. My name is Christian. This bulletin was produced by Odu Black. Remember to subscribe and share our channel. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.